Hello and welcome to the tutorial for EZLayUp Algo. My name is JT and I am the founder of EZLayUp Algo. And this video is meant for educational and entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice. So what we're going to do today is we are going to go over how to use EZLayUp Algo. I know some of you guys have been using it for a little while and you're really enjoying it. But also some of you may be new. So I'm here to do a little bit of a refresh on how to use it and some things that I particularly look for. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Now we are on TradingView right now, and we are looking at the ES S&P Mini Futures. And what we have here is we have ES. Now this can work for futures, this can work for crypto, it can work for Forex, or it can work for stocks. It can work for any number of financial assets. Now, right now, we're looking at the 5-minute time frame. And if you want to add our indicators, you would just click here. Now, real quick, even if you have the free version of TradingView, this will work as you're allowed to have 3 indicators on a chart. So we're going to click indicators here, and you'll be sent them into your invite-only scripts when you sign up. So you'll have the EZLayUp Algo, you have the EZLayUp higher high, lower low, support and resistance lines, and you'll have the EZLayUp supply and demand zones. Now, we're going to go over each one of these one by one. So we're going to click the EZLayUp Algo, click that here, and it's going to pop up here. And just give it a second to load. And here we go. So what EZLayUp Algo will provide is basic buy and sell signals. It will also provide this is a moving average band here, and it will also provide other things. Like if we click here on the settings tab, and let's go over a few things, we'll go to inputs, and you can see that we can change this EMA band on or off, and you'll see how that will show the numbers there. We take it on and off. All right. Now another cool tool on this is the EZLayUp trend lines, and you'll see what it will do is it will draw automatically trend lines on the chart, and we'll just wait for those to pop up. And as you can see here, we have a descending trend line, and we also have this other one which we just broke down, which is really great. Then you also have the supply and demand zones that you can turn on, and you can see that these red lines right here are all supply zones now, and you can see the demand zones are down here. All right, and go back to the settings real quick. And then you have the ability for automatic support and resistance. So for the hourly and the daily are my 2 favorite ones to use. And you will see them show up here. You see there's a daily one down here, and I don't see an hourly yet, but that's okay. All right, now if you go to style, you'll have the buy and sell signals. You can change it to each color. Now, the cool thing about EZLayUp Algo is the candles will stay red if it's a sell signal, and they'll go green if it's a buy signal. Now, if you don't like that and you want to keep the candlesticks your color, you can just click the candlesticks button right here, and then they will be just as they are, red for red candles and green for green candles, or however you have it set up. If you don't like this moving average band that we have here, you can turn each of those off right here, as all of these moving averages right here. We have 21 in total. If you don't like the boxes, we can take those off there. If you don't like the labels, you can take those off there, or the lines, you can take those off there. All right. Visibility, you don't need to change anything here. All right. Now let's go and add the rest of them. We have our EZLayUp higher high and lower low support and resistance lines. We'll add that now. And what you will see here is it will draw out the lower lows, the lower highs as the stock goes down. And if it's making higher highs, or see here, it will make higher highs, it'll label that, and higher lows. Let's find one right there. The other great thing about this indicator is if you're trying to stick with the trend, as long as it's making lower lows and lower highs, the candles will remain red, right? If you want to change that setting to where it's not changing in colors, you would just click change the bar color right there, and then it'll go back to the normal setting. Now, if you want to change also, if you want to take off any of the labels or these lines, you can just click these on and off here. All right, if you want to clean up your charts and just leave up the lines for the previous support and resistance, or if you want to turn that off, you can turn that off there. You can also change it to a solid line or a dash line, as you can see here. All right, and I'm actually going to keep it right now as a solid line just for the purpose of this exercise. All right, and then we're going to go to indicators again one last time and add the supply and demand zones. Now, what this will do, it will add multiple time frames of supply and demand zone support and resistance from your, like right now we're looking at a 5-minute chart, so it's going to have a 5-minute resistance right here. This is 5-minute resistance box. We also have a daily resistance from the past that is right here. We also have a weekly resistance from the past right here. It will post all of these up as things change, okay? Which is great. You know, the cool thing about EZLayUp Algo is it maps everything out for you. It makes it easier for you to see what's going on. So you're not getting into a trade at a bad point. Like right now, okay? And some people will ask me, well, I'm just going off the buy and sell signals. Shouldn't that be good enough? And the answer is honestly no. Because as a trader, you have to understand the importance of support. Like this is a previous low right here. And right now, not a good time to short. Maybe it's a decent time to buy, but I would maybe, taking all things into consideration, look to see a breakout up and above that descending trend line. And because it hasn't done that yet, that's not really a great setup for me. The good thing about EZLayUp Algo is it helps you find setups that are great. And let's pull it out and let's go to even like an hourly time frame here. All right. Now look at this, and what's the great about TradingView is you can go back in time, and we'll go back to this particular candle right here. And what we'll see here is this. And we're looking at an hourly chart, but we have a 4-hour resistance above us and a 1-hour also resistance. And remember, supply or resistance becomes support in the future unless it breaks down. So what we're going to do is we'll move this chart forward, right? And we're going to see how it moves up into this area, right, at resistance. But that doesn't mean that that is necessarily a good setup, because I know that I have resistance here, and I'd like to see a break up and above that to confirm that move. When I go to the next candle, right, what happens? We get that move up and above, but where does it top out at? Right where that resistance, that supply zone is. That's why it's so important to use the supply zones and the demand zones when you are using this indicator, because it gives you great entries and exits out of your trades. Now, this formation is really bearish, and if I was looking at this, I'd probably say, well, if I get a breakdown below this candle, I might want to short. And look what happens here. We get a sell signal in the midst of this that holds, right? And we get this nice breakdown. And look what happens here. And we'll go down we'll go down with this chart, and you'll see what happens. You'll see that the note of this support zone right here would again be an area for you to take profit. But if that's to break down and go through this zone, then again, there's another entry for you. So here we go down, and you see, look again, you have this another demand zone here from the past holding up the ES futures. And now we break down. Now, when I see a breakdown like this, I tell myself, well, now where am I going? Right here, right? Because, or I may look to the left. I don't really see much, right? So this is where I should target, all the way down here. And we're going to move the chart forward, and look what happens. That's exactly where we are right now. This would be a great take profit area if I had entered the trade after breaking down that zone. And that's where we are right now, guys. We are right in this area right here. So this is where we are. And this does not mean, oh, this is a buy point, because you need to see some further confirmation and things like that. Maybe, a buy signal with a candle closing above the previous one, something like that. But ultimately, what's great about this is you're not going to go long into an area of heavy resistance. And in reverse, you're not going to go short into a heavy area of support. You're going to wait for that support to break, or you're going to wait for that resistance to break. Either or has to happen. You got to be patient, and that's the great thing about EZLayUp Algo is it makes it as easy as a layup for you to stay focused and not take a trade with a bad setup. And if the trade is wrong, it'll help you close out that losing trade quickly. Now, there's some skepticism on the alerts, and what I will tell you about the alerts is they will sometimes be wrong, and that's okay because EZLayUp Algo doesn't repaint. What matters is once the signal is given, whether buy or sell, it has to hold with the candle closing. Now, once the candle closes, then that signal is going to stay. It's not going to repaint. Now, if the signal was wrong, it has no problem in owning that. See, look how it gave a buy signal right here and immediately gave a sell signal right here, meaning that it was wrong. It didn't repaint it like some of the ones you may see where if we were to look back at this, it would say, oh, well, we bought here, sold here, and we bought right here, right? It doesn't do that. But what it does do is it keeps you from making mistakes. And even if you make a mistake, it's not going to kill you. You're going to have a decent exit where you're not going to be hurting. You're going to be happy about it because it could have gone completely against you. How many times have you entered into a trade and then it goes against you, and for whatever reason, you still hold on to it? The great thing about this is it gives you the confidence to trust it and wait for another setup. That's all you got to do. If you guys have any further questions, just put a comment below or reach out to me in the Discord. I'll put the sign up link below, and I appreciate you guys checking out this video. All right, and look forward to more educational videos in the future.